Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Claire. I hope that you guys are having a lovely Sunday. Woo! We are here. Tomorrow is the day. Yay! I'm so excited that this is finally starting, you guys. Like, it's here. It is here. And this bitch Amber is fucking trying it. She's trying it, you guys. Now, I posted a little video yesterday with the post that Amber put up on Twitter, basically begging for mercy from Johnny and his team in this upcoming case. That's what I got from it, quite honestly. I felt like she was trying to get Johnny to try to like pull in his heartstrings because he knows he's sensitive and he still probably has some type of sympathy and empathy for her because he's just a good person. But you guys, what the fuck? I read this and I could not believe my eyeballs. Like, I could not believe she really, really went and her PR team thought it was okay and thought it was the appropriate move for her to put this post out. Like, we're just gonna read it. I'm gonna read it because... And part of me feels like she put this out because she knew she was going to get a lot of the comments on this. The comments aren't going to go to her specifically because her shit is cut off. But if you search her name, you search other people putting this, there's going to be comments underneath it that are very bad towards Amber Heard. And I feel like she's going to try to use that in some way to say that her public image has been destroyed, alright? What really, really fucking bothers me about this thing... Okay, let's just read it. Let's just read it and I'll go through my thoughts on it because the audacity. I think that's what I'm going to name this fucking video. The audacity of Amber Heard, because she has so much of it. It's never ending, you know. So it starts from Amber Heard herself, and she put this on Twitter with a little heart, you know. I'm going to go offline for the next several weeks. As you should, because I'm sure you don't want to see everything that everybody's going to have to say about your performance you're about to put on. I wouldn't want to see that shit if I know I'm about to put on the performance of my life and I know that it's about to be some bullshit and there's going to be cracks all the way through it. I wouldn't want to see what people are going to say about me because the next day, I know my ass is going to have to go back into court and do it all over again. Like, imagine... the anxiety. Like, I would have like that knot in my chest, that anxious knot in my chest for days to come if I knew I had to get up on stand and fucking lie. Not only lie in front of, you know, juries and the judge and the person, Johnny Depp, that was there with you when this took place and knows exactly what the fuck happened and knows that your version, perspective, and lies of what took place are completely opposite from what actually happened. And seeing each other for the first time in who knows how fucking long, I really wanted, like, I don't know about you, but like sometimes when I get anxious, I get that shaky feeling, like I can't stop shaking. I feel like that would be me. Like, I feel like if I were Amber Heard and I put on all this fucking bullshit, I would be losing my mind right about now. Like, I would be losing it. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to go offline for the next several weeks. As you know, I'll be in Virginia where I face my ex-husband, Johnny Depp, in court. Johnny is suing me for an op-ed I wrote in the Washington Post in which I recounted my experience of violence and domestic abuse. That is something that you were not supposed to do. You were not supposed to mention Johnny's fucking name, any reference of him, nothing at all. And for you to sit here and say, she says right after this, I never named him, rather I wrote about the price women pay for speaking out against women in power, but you literally said that you endured all this fucking abuse in this article from your ex-husband. To our knowledge, were you married before, Amber? No. So the only person that we're going to think that this was done by is Johnny. Like, everybody knew you guys had been going throughout this whole thing, so whether you said his name or not, come on. Like, you're not going to try to get this on a technicality. Like, come the fuck on. Not having it. I wrote about the price women pay for speaking out against men in power. And what is really sad is that it is true. women do have to pay a price for speaking out against men in power, but you, honey, are not that woman. That is not what the fuck you have experienced, okay? You're speaking out against a man and lying and saying that he did things to you that did not take place. They did not take place. You are not this woman. You are not the domestic violence survivors that have had these experiences that have ruined their lives. Why are you trying to make yourself into this person? Why would you want to just make up that you've experienced something that is so fucking awful that women all over the world are actually going through, and it's terrible for them? Absolutely terrible. Women who are fearing for their lives every fucking day, not knowing how to get out of the fucking situation. You're gonna sit here and say that you wrote about the price of women and speaking out against men in power, acting like that's what you had to endure when it's not. This is all happening because you started this. You wrote the fucking op-ed when you were not supposed to fucking talk about Johnny, period. You brought this on yourself. Stop with this bullshit. Stop it. Like, you wouldn't have a fucking price to pay if from the very fucking beginning, when Johnny offered you all the fucking times in the world that you guys could handle this fucking peacefully, there would have been no fucking price for you to pay. You would have went about your fucking life, making your movies as Johnny Depp's ex-wife, making that money. You still would have been somebody. But now you are a literal fucking, like, alright. I continue to pay that price, but hopefully when this case concludes, I can move on, and so can Johnny. Implying that Johnny is not moving on. He did this because he needs to clear his name. He is not okay in his soul with people out there and it being a record that he was a wife beater, put his hands on you, harmed you physically. It is not okay for him to have that out there about him and his reputation when he knows that that's not who he is. So yeah, he's dragging you into court, like I've seen on fucking articles like TMZ and stuff, like he's dragging Amber into court. He's not dragging Amber into court. Amber dragged herself into court. You think Johnny would just do this if there was like no, like if the op-ed wouldn't have came out? You think he would have done this? This is a reaction to an action that was put in place by Amber fucking Heard, and nobody but Amber Heard. She's making these choices and decisions, just like she chose to fucking put this post up. She made the choices and decisions to go through with this, so this is why we are where we are now. This is bullshit. I can move on, and so can Johnny. You better fucking believe once this is over, Johnny's going to move he is waiting for this shit to just be done and fucking behind him, and he is going to thrive. And you're gonna have to sit back and watch that shit as everything around you crumbles, and it's going to be a fucking reverse, because that's what happened to him. When you came out with your fucking bullshit story, his whole world crumbled around him. And now you're about to get your fucking karma, and it's going to happen to you. This shit that you're experiencing online right now is light work. It's light work. From after the results of this trial, girl, I hope you have some money saved. I hope you got some shit set up in the, for your baby girl. I hope that she has, this is the planner, she plots and fucking plans. So I hope that she plotted and fucking planned and made sure she was set, because you're not getting gigs after this, honey. You got your one last gig in that movie, In the Fire. That's your last gig. It's not fucking happening again after this trial is over. You're not going to be at any events, no red carpets. You're not going to be dressing up and getting your fucking makeup done anywhere. It's not happening. No one's going to want to be around you. You're going to be known as a liar. A proven liar. And this is the part that, burns my soul. I have always maintained a love for Johnny. And I have always maintained a love for Johnny. Are you fucking kidding me, you fucking bitch? You have said that he has literally repeatedly beat you, put your hands on you, sexually assaulted you. held you hostage. You know, for years since this shit has been over and you've been divorced from him, you've been putting out stories, you put out a goddamn op-ed, and you want to sit here and say that you've maintained a love for Johnny? What sense does that... What? It's delusion. It's literal desperation and delusion for them to come and, like, come from this stance and try to use this fucking strategy right now. Like, everybody sees through it. You've maintained a love for Johnny. Bitch, where? You've never loved him. Like, from the very beginning, from the start of you picking him out and making your plan and devising and plotting yourself and making yourself into the perfect person that Johnny would want and fall in love with, you planned this shit. There was no love. It was conniving manipulation. You did not love this man. There's no fucking way you loved this man. That's not love. And you're going to tell your fans that have been supporting the hell out of you, making themselves look dumb as fuck online for the world to see, that you still love Johnny Depp, the man that you have ran up and down, saying that has abused you? You're making them look real fucking dumb. How are they going to fucking excuse you saying that you love the man that abused you? How are they going to explain that one? I mean, they try, they reach for the fucking stars, but how are they going to explain and defend this on your behalf? Like, come on, girl. Come on. I have always maintained a love for Johnny, and it brings me great pain to have to live out the details of our past life together in front of the fucking world. Bitch! You put out all the details in your goddamn fucking op-ed. You didn't have an issue living out the details and writing down the fucking details for the world to see and putting it out for everybody to see. You don't have an issue with that. But now that Johnny's fucking trying to defend yourself and is going to tell the truth about your fucking bitch ass and how horrible and cruel you were to him, and everybody is going to know through pictures, audio, and if they've somehow managed to not hear any of this bullshit since this case, as everything is coming up, they have somehow managed not to hear this shit, like the audios and stuff, they're going to hear it now. You know? Like, this, you're done. You're over. It's a wrap. He's not going to have mercy on you just because you're posting pictures of your fucking let me not say that. Because you're posting pictures of your daughter. Like, this is not going to stop, and you're not going to get mercy for Johnny because you're sitting here saying you've maintained fucking love for him. It's not happening. You need to go to court and take accountability for your fucking actions. This is what you wanted to do. This is the plan you had all the time. I know you didn't think it was going to get this far. But, you know, you made your bed, fucking lie in it with the shit on it. Lie on the bed with the shit, because this is what you have done. And I'm so sick of hearing her fucking complain and bitch and moan about people talking shit about her, about you've paid the price and this, that, and another, when this was all done because of you. I would not be sitting here doing a fucking video. All these fucking videos, listen, none of this shit in the media, none of this shit on Twitter, none of this would be anywhere if you, Amber Heard, had not decided to write a goddamn fucking blackmail letter. Asking and requesting and demanding all this fucking shit, and then saying if you didn't get this, that you were going to then take this shit publicly. And then went and got a goddamn temporary restraining order. In public, cameras flashing, bruise on your face, wearing all fucking black, saying this man abused you in the fucking public. You started this. You, Amber Heard, started this. And Johnny's going to finish it. That's, you know, he's going to finish it. You wanted to start it, he's going to finish it. Period. Like, no. This was not it. Your PR team need to fucking fire them. Whoever advised you to do this shit and put this out, you should have just been fucking quiet and kept posting your pics of your baby, because you didn't need to speak words. You did not need to speak words. At this time, I recognize the ongoing support. I've been fortunate to receive throughout the years, and in these coming weeks I will be leaning on it more than ever. With love always, A. How about with lies always, A? How about that? That's how you should have fucking signed off this letter. With lies always, A. These people who have supported you throughout the years, you're making them look dumb. This makes them look really dumb. And I've seen them try to fucking explain away what the fuck you're saying. They're trying to say that this is what happens when you're abused and you still have emotions for the person because they warp your mind. And so, no. That's how they're trying to explain this away from you, that you're still somehow being affected after all these years, that you've talked shit about him, moved on, had all these boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, that you're still being mind warped by Johnny Depp, and this is why you're saying that you maintain a love for him. Like, they say we reach. The Amber Heard stans and fan supporters fucking reach. Like, they have to reach hard because there's nothing there. There's literally nothing there. And it's so fucking sad for them to get up there and make themselves look so dumb for someone who could care less about them. She doesn't give a fuck about them. She's using them. She's using them. She could care less. Wow. I just had to, like, read that with my own, like, because it's unbelievable. It's unfucking believable. And I found this on Twitter, and I had heard some talking, like, in the comments that, like, Amber Heard literally made herself to be the person that Johnny Depp fell in love with. Like, there was no way, like, that he couldn't fall in love because she made herself into this persona that would be the perfect woman for Johnny Depp. And we know that she's done this. But I thought it was really powerful, his statement that he made on her. And everything that she did to make herself into this being that he now knows no longer exists, never existed, was fake as fuck, was literally put on. I thought it was so powerful, his statement of this woman and what she did to entrap him in the first place. This is what Johnny says. She had well and truly researched me and my interests and would try to pose as some expert or intellectual on these things to try to integrate herself with me. She presented herself as a carbon copy of me. What does this sound like to you guys? With precisely the same interests, thoughts, favorite writers, taste in music, and art as me. Rather than see this as calculated and psychopathic, which it is, like, that's fucking crazy. Like, this is what narcissists do. They fucking figure out you, they study you, they figure out things you like, your moods, they figure out how you work, and they emulate that. Like, if you're a person who loves, like, words of affirmation, they're going to give that to you all the fucking time. They're going to wrap you in. And then as soon as you realize that the shit ain't right and you say something about it, they switch up and they fucking explode and they attack you. And exactly what Amber did. She made herself to the point where there was no way that Johnny couldn't fall in love with her, because he's like, damn, this is like the female version of me. She likes all my common interests. You know, we can go out and do everything together. Like, she likes all the same music, art as me. Like, wow, this is like the female version of me. Like, this is awesome. This must be my person. Whole time, she just made herself into this persona that is not real at all. Favorite writers, taste in music, and art as me. Rather than see this as a calculated, everything she's done is calculated. Psychopathic. She is a fucking crazy person. Used to be on Criminal Minds. She probably would do very well on a role on Criminal Minds. I could see her acting crazy very, very well. The actors on those movies, like the villains and the victim, like, they act so good on Criminal Minds. She is not a great actress, but she's fucking crazy. Calculated, psychopathic, and emotionally dishonest. I was convinced myself that I was endearing and sweet. No. He convinced himself that it was endearing and sweet. Because Johnny does not have the mind frame that somebody could be this cold and calculated as to literally think this all out, plan it all to literally entrap him, love him, and then just switch up and turn and ruin his fucking life and fuck him over. Like, nobody is going into a situation thinking that anyone's going to do that to them. So of course you're going to think that it's endearing and sweet. Like, oh, she's trying to have common interests as me. Like, she's trying to, like, be in my life and, like, wanting to do the same things so we can do things together and this, that, and another, blah, 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 blah. Like, sometimes when things seem too good to be true, they typically are. And a lot of times we ignore that feeling. A lot of times we push that to the side and we don't want to listen to it, and we have all the excuses and explanations in the world. But when you know something is too good to be true, that's when you need to look at it a little bit fucking harder, because why do you feel that way? Why is it so good, but then yet in the back of your head you feel like something's just not right? It's because it's not. So I think this is complete fucking madness. I feel like there is no other way this court case can go. Judge Penny is already on it, knows that the UK trial was not fair. I really feel like now here in the US we're going to get a fair trial. I'm trying to be optimistic and positive. I hope that this jury, I'm praying this fucking jury, has people with fucking common sense and can see through all of the fucking manipulation and all the plans and all the audio and everything that is out there. I pray. I fucking pray. This is wild, man. This is fucking wild. And it's really sad that this woman is doing this now at the 11th hour of when we're about to fucking go into this case. You want to fucking beg for mercy when you were given chance and time again for you to just drop this. There was so many times before this case even started tomorrow that you could have, like, stopped it, said, hey, you know, I just want to be done with this, that, and another. Like, you could have tried to end it and admitted accountability and said, I fucked up, and then just gone into a corner somewhere and hid, you know. But at least you would have told the truth. At least you would have had, like, a semblance of, okay, Amber's trying to do the right thing. But no, you're going to do this all the way out. You're going to drag this all the way out to the end. To the very fucking end. Even though you're going to... She reminds me of, like, Jodi Arias. Like, I don't know why I feel like I see, like, such similarities between the two of them. Like, Jodi and Amber, I feel like, because they, like, deny all the way up to, like, the end, and then it's like, okay, let me tell you the truth of all. Like, no, like, I just... They're both psycho and they're both sociopaths, so, like, I don't know why I get a Jodi Arias vibe from Amber. Like, I very much so. But I also wanted to take some time to read statements of what happened according to Johnny's witnesses. They're just, like, the highlights of some of the declarations that the witnesses have given. And I think that it's important to talk about this because this is people who have heard and or have witnessed Amber putting their hands on Johnny, which she is saying that she has never done. But these are actual people who have no reason to fucking lie about having witnessed these actions from Amber Heard. So let's see. The first one. And this is from Tara Roberts, okay? Tara Roberts says, Amber was in front of the vehicle. I think she's like the manager over at the island that Johnny has. So Tara Roberts says, Amber was standing in front of the vehicle screaming at him, which we know and have heard that she does because we've heard that shit on audio and she sounds like a fucking banshee. And apparently not letting him get away by blocking his path. So you are yet again stopping someone from removing themselves from you from a situation that is already escalated because she's screaming at him and he's trying to get away from her because he knows when it gets to this point, what does she do? Put her hands on him. So he's trying to get away and she's blocking his path. Like, probably standing there like a fucking crazy person. Like, hit me. What are you gonna do? Hit me? What are you gonna do? Hit me? And he's trying to get the fuck away from her crazy goddamn ass. Is that not like holding a person hostage? Is that not illegal when you detain somebody and that's like not their will? You're detaining somebody and blocking them from getting away or leaving a space. Isn't that like a hostage type situation? Is that not illegal as fuck? But yet you said you were in a 3-day hostage situation, which we know has been proven to not have happened the way that you wanted to say that it was. Girl, bye. Oh my god. So she was blocking his path. Amber repeatedly berated him with increasing ferocity, okay? So as she, like, that shit escalated and escalated and escalated. Like, she was saying some vile fucking shit out her goddamn mouth. I can only imagine. She was insulting him, calling him names, which we know that she has done. She was so concerned about the fact that, like, Jerry Judge had told Chrissy, Johnny's sister, that she called Johnny an old man. Like, she has called him a baby. Said his hairs were cross-wired, like, making it seem like he's fucking crazy. And that's probably not even the worst of it, okay? The stuff that she said to this man, I'm sure, has just been off the fucking wall. Calling him names. In the middle of this onslaught, I heard her say specifically, your career is over. No one is going to hire you. You're washed up, fat, you will die, a lonely man, and also screaming things that were incomprehensible. She said, your career is over. No one is going to hire you. You're washed up, fat, and you will die a lonely old man. Imagine someone saying that shit to you. Imagine someone saying those words and screaming them at you. So even back then, she was planning and knew what the fuck she was going to be doing in the future. She knew what she was doing. For her to say your career is over, no one is going to hire you, that's because she was already making her plans, planting her evidence, making her fake pictures, making her fake bruises and taking pictures of it. She was already had all that fucking shit in motion. And she knew in the future that this was going to be what happened. Because his career was over for a point in time. All his fucking shit was taken. She knew back here with Tara Roberts in this situation on a goddamn island. She knew back then what the fuck she was doing. Otherwise, why would she say your career is over, no one is going to hire you? You're washed up. Fat. Johnny is not fat. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? You will die a lonely man. That is so unnecessary and fucking cruel. And I keep saying cruel because, like, there's no better way to just describe this woman. She's just a cruel human being. Like, cruel. So that's what Tara Roberts' testimony and that's what it is that Tara Roberts has to say. That is what she witnessed with her own eyeballs. That is what she is willing to go on record and say took place. So that's verbal abuse, at least right here. You know? Verbal, mental, and emotional abuse that Tara Roberts experienced and is declaring right here. Travis, who is Johnny's fucking bodyguard, with whom we know Amber has an issue with. Travis is the same bodyguard with whom Johnny called in, and Amber had just clocked Johnny in the jaw, okay? And he had called Travis up, Amber says, to rescue him. But he called Johnny called Travis up for assistance in this situation and said to Amber, tell Travis what the fuck you just did. Tell Travis you just hit me. She's like, no, I didn't. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, bitch. Like, you are... So Travis says, Miss Heard threw a full can of Red Bull. Okay, so a full can, and he made sure to say a full can because a full can is gonna hurt and strike a lot more than an empty can of fucking something. That shit's going to hurt. It's going to leave a mark. This woman picked up a fucking can of Red Bull and threw it at Johnny. Could you imagine doing that to someone you love? Could you, like, even, no matter how fucking angry you have gotten, like, could you just imagine picking up something and fucking chucking it at somebody? What? Oh my god, and hit Mr. Depp in his back. After that, I recognized that Heard had access to a variety of other items that she could throw from her possession. At this point, Miss Heard was standing on the landing about Mr. Depp, and I witnessed her spit on Mr. Depp from above. Oh, she's a nasty bitch. She's a vulgar fucking nasty bitch. You're spitting on people. You're nasty. You're nasty, Amber. Like that. Like, hitting people like that's horrible. It's disrespectful. But for you to literally hawk up spit and spit at somebody, that's... Like, if you've ever been spit on, you know that fucking feeling. And how degraded you feel. And how you feel like fucking nothing. You feel like this. You feel like the smallest thing in the world for someone to fucking spit on you, just like, are you serious? Seriously? Spit? That's like, okay. Amber, you're really going to get it. Like, your karma's coming. There's only so long somebody can do shit this fucking dirty and get away with it. Like, your time is coming. Like, this is it. Your reckoning is here. You're not getting away with this shit. You had ample time to make right with this, to make this right, and to have a do-over. You had ample time to do this, and time again, you have chosen to make the wrong decision and just be a fucking bitch and a liar and take no account of fucking ability whatsoever. Like, y'all, this woman is certified, and I hope that when she is proven a liar in this case, because at this point it's like, okay, she's proven a liar and that she's made all this up and she's planted evidence and she's put these bruises on her and she's maybe harmed herself to make it look like these things happen and all this. At the end of this, she's proven guilty, right? At what point do we realize that this woman is actually mentally ill and needs to be placed somewhere? And that she should not be functioning out and walking in society for her to just do this to another person. She also has a child. And you're being proven for repeatedly abusing and putting your hands on someone, harming them, cutting their finger off. All these fucking things. Do we really feel like it is okay for her to be in possession of a fucking child, an infant, a baby, a toddler? That is not okay. That is not alright. Like, it's going to get to the point where, like, that conversation is going to need to be had once she is convicted fully of being a fucking liar. Like, we have convicted her, the public, we have the evidence, we've gone through all this shit. Like, we know. It hasn't been done in the courts yet, so it's going to get there within these few weeks. But once this shit is over, because I truly do feel like Amber's going to be, like, there's no fucking way. We need to have a conversation on what happens next with this woman. Because she should not be walking around society free to do this shit to another fucking person. Free to put her hands on people whenever she fucking gets mad, because she's clearly said that sometimes she just gets so fucking mad she doesn't know what happens and she can't control herself from putting her hands on people. I don't feel safe with a person like that admittedly walking around, because I could walk past you and you just decide to fucking hit me because I looked at you the wrong way. How do I know? You're that fucking unstable. So we really need to have a conversation after she is convicted, after these weeks, of what should happen to this woman and what her fucking punishment is going to be, because she needs to be put away. She needs to be put away and she needs to be studied, because this is not right, and I feel like it's not a safe environment for her child to be in. Like, I just don't. Maybe Elon can take the child. I don't even know how I feel about Elon taking the child. But maybe Grimes could take the child. I know she has a baby by Elon too. Like, I don't know, but I definitely do not feel as if Amber Heard or anybody who is acquainted with this woman should be allowed to raise and take care of this child. Like, it's not a healthy environment at all. At fucking all. Like, wow. Wow. I think there was like one more thing I wanted to look at before I got into the audio from San Francisco that Marquita, what is her name? I want to get her name because she helped me out so much. I believe it's Marquita. What's her name? So Marquita Marina. Yes, she pointed me in the right direction as to where to find this San Francisco audio. It was a part of a documentary that came out on Discovery Plus between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. And it's a snippet of San Francisco, Amber Heard coming to Johnny's hotel room during the fucking temporary restraining order when you are not supposed to have fucking contact with the other person. A temporary restraining order in which you said this man abused you, yet you were showing up to a hotel room to have a conversation with this man. Yo. Okay, so we're gonna get to that, but I thought there was one more thing on Twitter that I wanted to kind of look at. But maybe it was deleted, but we will see. Hold up one sec. This is wild. And I just saw this tweet now, like, we haven't had a highly televised court case like this since, like, OJ or something. And, like, I don't know if that's true, but, like, I remember, like, I watched court cases, like, Jodi Arias, Casey Anthony, like, I watched the OJ, not watched it because I was too young, but, like, once I got older, I've watched that. Like, this is very much, it's interesting. And this case is going to be, wow. Wow. So I can't find it, so I guess we'll just go into the audio. I actually want to get some water, so hold on for a sec. Alright, you guys, let's get into this audio. I am very eager to hear what Amber Heard felt that she was going to say and or do to try to get Johnny back during this experience or audio. Like, I really want to know why she thought she could do a restraining order and then proceed to just show up at Johnny's hotel and think that everything is going to be cool and shit's going to be sweet. Like, I'm not understanding. So I'm over here on Rob Rule's channel. Thank you, Marquita. We are going to listen to this audio. There's two parts. That was weird. There's two parts. So we're going to get started. I think that he said that part 2 is actually part 1. So I'm going to listen to part 2 first and then part 1. They're only about 7 to 5 minutes each. So let's get it. And like, he's going to tell like a little overview. And you will see like another like person speaking because it is part of the documentary. And then it goes into the audio.
So here we go again. This is part 2. It really should have been part 1, but I didn't see this until this weekend.
That's okay,
This
Rob.
is from the documentary. It's another clip. This is, again, audio I've never heard before. This is about Amber Heard when she first comes into the hotel in San Francisco. So that's where this comes from. It's a secret recording that Amber Heard had. So here's more.
A secret recording that Amber Heard had. So yet again, her secretly fucking recording people like she did her friend Laura. Like, what is up with that? That is just such an invasion of fucking privacy, and she knows good and goddamn well if someone were to try to do that to her, she'd probably be trying to take it to court and suing somebody over it, because that's the type of person she is. Like, do not fucking record people without consent. Would you want that done to yourself? No.
More of the audio. Let's go over it.
Order which Amber Heard obtained. She goes to his hotel room in San Francisco, where she asked to see Johnny Depp.
So she says, do you ever want to be with me ever again? Do you ever want to be with me ever again? But you filed for divorce, did a blackmail letter, and you fucking have put a temporary restraining order on this man, and you're gonna come to his hotel room and ask if he ever wants to be with you again? Are you fucking crazy? This shows you she's not afraid of this man. This is not someone who has essayed her and brutally assaulted her and made her life completely miserable, held her hostage. You don't ask that of somebody with whom you're happy to get away from. Like, she made it out of her terrible situation from her words. She made it out, and now here you go going back willingly to try to seek out this man.
Now, the restraining order says he is not to come within 100 yards of her.
100
and yet
yards.
She turns up on her own.
And she turns up on her own to the hotel. What is the guy supposed to do in a situation like that? You put a fucking restraining order on me. I'm not supposed to be 100 fucking feet, and here you are showing up in my goddamn hotel room. What the actual fuck? Like, and then you're recording it. Like, what? I don't understand how she feels in her recording this. She looks good. Like, what type of proof was she trying to get by physically showing up to a place where she is not supposed to be? Like, yes, she put the restraining order on him, and maybe, I don't know how it works, like, he can't be within 100 yards of her, so if she goes to him, I would think that would still count. So why did you seek him out? What was the purpose of this, Amber? What could you see yourself ever being with me again? So you want to get back in a relationship with Johnny and get your ass beat again, supposedly, repeatedly? I actually feel like she would like that, and it's really sad.
To a hotel room where he is. The tape recording was made by...
She said, I feel like I will die without you? I feel like I will die without you. This is Amber Heard on her own video saying, I feel like I would die without you. However, you were saying that you were so abused that you thought that you would die. You said on tape that there was an incident that you felt in which Johnny was going to kill you. Yet you're saying right here, I feel like I would die without you. Which is it? Which is it? So when he decided he was really done with your ass, you just...
By her, not by him. He wasn't aware of it.
Do you love me? Do you still love me?
Do you love me? Do you still love me? And Johnny says yes, because at this time he still does. We've seen the text messages to her father and stuff. Like, he was still wearing his ring at some point. But for you to fucking ask your abuser, do you still love me? Does that make sense to anybody? Does that make sense, Amber Heard stands, that your girl, your queen, is asking her abuser, do you still love me? And saying, I'm gonna die without you. Fake. This is all fake. She's the most fraudulent fucking woman I have ever come across. How we have gotten to this point with all this shit out here.
And one of the first things she does...
like, do you still love me? Like, she's trying to be in this, like, sweet little voice. Do you still love me? And he's like, yes, yes. Like, she's trying to entrap him, pull him in yet again. And he's still in that mind frame, entrapped in her, still maintaining that love, like she tries to say that she has still maintained with him. But no. No.
Is to ask him to hug her.
Is this how you want it to end?
Is this how you want it to end? You wanted it to end this way. You were the one who filed for divorce and put a fucking restraining order on. You beat him repeatedly. You were the one who initiated every fucking action. He allowed you to do every fucking action in the dissolution of you guys' marriage. He didn't, like, he tried to get you to do it the right way, Amber. He tried to get you to fucking settle and not have all this bullshit go on, and you decided not to. You decided not to, so how the fuck are you gonna ask, is this really how you want this to end? Yes, like, yes! You gave him no choice. You literally gave him no choice. You have been making decisions since the moment you fucking met him and inserted your life. You inserted yourself into his life. Like, you have been controlling this shit from the very beginning. And even now, you want to decide, I want to divorce him. I want to put a temporary restraining on him. But yet, I actually want to come back and try to work things out. he's supposed to move at your beck and call and supposed to move whenever your mood changes. He has to keep up with that. Like, that's whiplash. One moment you want me, one moment you love me, one moment I'm terrible and I'm absolutely horrible and putting my hands on you. Like, which is it? Like, which one is it, Amber? Like, what story are you going to keep consistent at any fucking point? Like, there's no consistency in this whole fucking case other than the fact that you fucking lie repeatedly and have put your hands and admittedly put your hands on Johnny repeatedly and admitted it.
I don't understand. Is this what you want?
Yo. Oh, no, I can't say.
I don't understand. Is this what you want? Yes! She's saying she doesn't understand and she's doing this crying voice. Like, girl.
All this, everything you
I just wanted to touch you.
I just wanted to touch you. Of course you wanted to touch him because it's been a while, huh? It's been a while since you were been able to put your hands on him, huh? You just wanted to touch him. You've been doing a lot of fucking touching. This is why we are where we are here, because you've been touching a little bit fucking too much. Why the fuck would you want for this person that you have just put a fucking restraining order on to be anywhere near you? Like, I would feel like your abuser touching you would be like disgusting. You know, like you would feel disgusted. Like, how on earth is this woman trying to put herself out here as this fucking domestic violence survivor when she is asking for her abuser to touch her and to touch him? Where does that make sense? Where does that make logical fucking sense? And she's crying and Johnny's like trying to like get the fuck away from it and away from her, it sounds like. But
really, after all the shit you just said?
yes, really, after all the shit you just said, he's a rational thinker. You think you're about to wrap me in right now and be touching me after you just whole ass ruined my reputation in public, walked out in public with cameras and everything with a bruise on your fucking face, getting a restraining order against me after all the shit that you have fucking said about me? You think that I want your hands on me? But that's what she does. She thinks it's okay for her. She has said in her audio that she thinks it's okay for her to put her hands on people and for them to stay. She expects them to stay. She doesn't think that you should have any separate time apart or anything like that. Sorry, my sister called. I had to take care of that. So I kind of lost my train of thought. But like, girl, what the fuck?
Please stop.
All this shit that you've accused me of, like he's saying that to her, all this shit that you've accused me of, and she's like, stop, please stop crying and shit. Like, what are you crying for? You just went out on a public fucking stage with cameras, paparazzi, all this shit with a bruise on your face to put a restraining order saying that he beat you. Why are you here? The fact that he even allowed you into the room, I'm just fucking mind blown about. Like, if I opened my door and I saw this bitch standing here, I would have closed the door right in her fucking face and walked the fuck away. And she could have kept fucking knocking, and would have put my earphones on, turned some music on, got a little drink, and kept it fucking going. You could sit there at that goddamn door. But here we can see that Johnny is still, even at this time, under her control. But he still has some type of like wherewithal to know that like, no bitch, you just went out in public and said all of this shit about me, and now you want to come to my hotel room and try to hug me and put your hands on me?
Please stop.
Please stop. Like, we're not in a movie. Like, stop with the fucking dramatics. Please stop. I can't with her.
Please, I just wanted to hug you and say bye. I wanted to end that.
Why do you need to hug and say bye to your abuser? Once you escape out of a situation like that, that's it. Other than us going to court so I can charge you for beating my fucking ass, why the fuck do I need to say goodbye to you? What is there to talk? What is there to talk about? Talk through your fucking lawyers and shit. You showed up. Wanted to say goodbye. You couldn't pick up the phone. Well, you've already picked up the phone and done that during your restraining order. So now you've decided you wanted to come in person as well. Does this sound like a woman who is afraid of Johnny? Please stop. No.
And he says, why on earth would I want to hug you when you said all of this shit about me?
Right.
Which was a reference,
like,
obviously,
a
to the
rational
allegations which
thinking
have been
fucking
generally made
person.
public.
I gave you everything I could.
And he did. He gave her everything he could. Money, fame, his apartments, taking care of her family, her friends. He was a sweet man. He had her in her... He ingrained her in every part of his life. She had her friends and everything around 24/7. Like, there are videos of him being at Thanksgiving with her family and shit. Like, he gave her the love that so many people would want in this world. He gave her all of him. Like, all of himself. He tried. He hung in there until he simply couldn't anymore. And now here you are, coming into his space where he has yet again tried to get away from you. You've decided you no longer wanted to be with him, filing a fucking divorce, and here you are.
I did everything I could do to make you happy.
Right. It wasn't enough.
You don't
And she's literally sobbing as he's talking. And he said, I gave you everything I could give you. I did everything I could to make you happy, but it wasn't enough. You don't want to be happy. She doesn't, because nothing will ever be enough for this woman. She had the world at her fingertips. Amber Heard could have gone anywhere she wanted, got any clothing she wanted, been at any event she wanted to be at, and that still walk any red carpet she wanted to. And that's simply off of the basis that she married Johnny Depp, and that still wasn't enough to satisfy her. She wanted more. Like, what are you crying about? Like,
I wanted you. I wanted you.
She's saying, I wanted you. You wanted his money. You wanted the security he could provide. You wanted the lifestyle. You wanted to walk the red carpets with him. You wanted to wear the fancy dresses. That's what you wanted. You did not want Johnny for his soul and who he was as a person. You wanted him for what he could do for you and provide for you. And it's so fucking clear and obvious. You took advantage of this man. Time and time again. And Johnny says, I don't want your fucking love because you don't love me. Thank you, Jesus.
don't fucking love me.
Let me go back.
I wanted you. I wanted you.
You fucking love me. You don't fucking love me.
Right.
I still love you so much.
Yeah, you know what?
I loved you so much.
Well, keep it in past tense, kid. Call it, write it off as a mistake.
So she's saying, I loved you so much. And Johnny's getting upset because she's saying it in the past tense, because really, he still has feelings for her. He still loves her. He's still trapped in like this fucking whatever she has over him. So he's getting a little upset by her referring to the love in a past tense, it seems like. So he's like, well, keep it in the past tense, kid. Write it off as a mistake. I'm a mistake.
But what happens afterwards is just so bizarre in circumstances where someone has said, you have been so violent, I fear for my life.
Right.
So if you couldn't hear some parts of it, I'm going to try to be more clear to you of what she said.
Thank you, Rob.
She basically was begging Johnny.
Yep.
She was asking him if he loved her. And
Yeah.
he said, yes, of course I do. I love you.
That's exactly what she was begging. Literally begging.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
After all you've done to me, you filed at you. He's like, you PRO with you. You throw me under, you know what? Joking. Amber, marry him. He's as if playing these games.
I don't know if there's any more, if this is just Rob talking.
Wicked. It was under a rock. Go to her that the next time.
Okay, so that was part one of the audio of Amber being in San Francisco. The rest is Rob talking. I'm going to go back and listen to that a little bit later to get his take. But literally, this woman showed up at Johnny's fucking San Francisco hotel is trying to put her hands and hug him, is telling him, I think I'll die without you. I can't live without you, sobbing and crying and doing all this, when you literally have damaged this man in the worst way possible. You have said that this man was going to kill you. Those words came out of your mouth. Why are you here? Like, that would be my first question if I were Johnny. I'd be like, why the fuck are you here? And I'm not talking and saying shit else until you tell me why the fuck you are here. And if it is for you to tell me bye, okay, goodbye, and get the fuck out. I have nothing else to fucking talk about. I have nothing else to fucking say. Nothing. But Johnny still has his emotions and shit wrapped up in this woman. This crazy ass fucking woman. Disgusting. Let me go to the next one.
Never with only this was Dustin.
I want the whole world to get tired, and she asks if she can go to sleep in his hotel room, in his that what? She gets to know, and
let me go back.
The temporary restraining order against him. So let's listen in on. But show that Amber Heard not only tried to set Johnny Depp up, but she could have had him arrested because this was done after she had filed the temporary restraining order.
She could have concocted some fucking story like she's been doing since the fucking beginning and said that Johnny somehow appeared and came in contact with her, some bullshit. If this didn't go the right way, I wouldn't put that shit past her. She could have got him arrested by doing this. Like,
order against him.
Like, how do you not feel like the shittiest fucking person on earth after you went to the courthouse looking like this, going to the fucking courthouse? She went publicly. You see all those fucking people? How do you not feel like the shittiest person by coming to court like that, filing a fucking restraining order, and then showing up to this man's doorstep? How do you rationalize that in your brain? You can't, because she's not well. And this is what I'm talking about, you guys. Like, she's not well. Like, nobody in their right thinking mind who was abused is going to act in this manner. And this is why I feel like after all this shit is over, we really need to have a fucking conversation about what is going to happen with this woman. She needs to be put away. Like, she needs to be put in some institution. She needs to be put on some regulators or whatever, because this is fucking wild. Like, it's unsettling, you guys. It's like, it's scary. It's truly like a scary, like, they can make a movie out of this, one of those thriller fucking movies out of this exact scenario that we're seeing play out in the public between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. There could be a movie fucking script and plot thriller on Netflix that would be just like this, because it's that fucking crazy.
So let's listen in on this audio clip.
My life, and I want the whole world to know, and I don't want you to come anywhere near me. And that is that she gets tired, and she asks if she can go to sleep in his hotel room, in his bed, and she invites him into the bed.
Go the fuck home.
And he declines.
As
Get out.
Thank you.
Get out. I'm so fucking happy to hear him say get out. Oh my god. I'm so happy to hear him say get the fuck out. Get out. And she's like, I'm getting out. Yeah, go. Bye, bitch. You're done. Make room for the next one. Bye-bye. You didn't want him. You didn't want to love him. You didn't want to fucking appreciate him. Now watch him. I can't wait till Johnny comes out with another fucking piece and is parading her around and taking her to events once he's vindicated. She's going to be sitting there fucking seething. Seething. Oh my god, I can't wait.
You are a leftover, fucking over-the-hill stripper. That's all you'll ever be.
He said you are a leftover, over-the-hill stripper, and that's all you will ever be. Now, in regular terms, I would feel like that is an extremely disrespectful thing to say to a woman and a person in general. But my god, like, that's literally nothing, given the fact that this woman did what it is that she did, and she has the audacity to show up at his hotel room. Like, that is light for him to say. And it's the truth.
this industry, all you've done, I came clear. You're recording? Yeah, I am. Hi. I'd like to say hello to David and Paige and say that I love you.
He asked if she was recording. And so now he starts talking to David and Paige because he knows that he's being recorded at this point. I think that's what I just heard.
And I'm sorry this didn't work.
And he goes and sits in the living room, and this is the evidence he gave. And he puts his head in his hands.
Yep.
And he cries because he cannot understand how he's got to this position
so
where his ex-wife, who is accusing him of all of this nonsense, all of this shit as he describes it, and she doesn't deny that, is lying in his bed. And that's, we say...
Imagine how fucking conflicting and confused and fucked up you would be in a situation like this. Like, this woman has literally gone to the public and said that I am the worst human fucking being in the world. My mom has just passed. I have a temporary restraining order against me. My marriage is fucking crumbling. People are online talking mad shit about me. I'm losing my reputation to the public. My fans don't know what the fuck are going on. And this woman who has accused me of all these things is now in my fucking bed and wanting me to get into the bed with her. Now, if you were Johnny, would you not think that you were being set up for some shit? Would you not think that this crazy ass bitch has a fucking plan? Because honestly, I wouldn't put it past her if he would have gotten into that bed and had relations with her. I wouldn't put it past her for her to fucking take that shit and twist it in some crazy fucking way, but then she has the evidence on her body. She's that crazy that she would do some shit like that. Like, if you catch my drift of where I'm going with that. Like, if he would have gotten into that bed and had relations with her, I really do think she would have fucking used that shit against him in the most horrible of ways. Because that's the type of bitch she is. That's the type of person she is. She's that calculated and conniving and fucked up and crazy in the mind that she would accuse this man of doing some stuff like that. She already did it. So why not get actual proof of that allegation and evidence? Bodily fluids or whatever. If you get what I'm saying. This bitch is crazy. The fucking audacity for you to get in the bed of your fucking abuser. Willingly show the fuck up at their room and get in their fucking bed and invite them in with you. You're disgusting. You're a disgusting human being, Amber, and I hope that you are seeing your nosy ass. You can't help but see what the fuck is out here. You've like literally tried to bring all these people on Twitter and their accounts to try to get them doxxed and shit. I hope you see all of it. I hope you see every single piece of every single thing that we have to say about you, because after hearing this shit, I am so angry.
Such a powerful point in demonstrating that these allegations were untrue.
Yes.
So as you can clearly hear, Johnny wanted no part of Amber, and he realized he
wanted no part
for her life. And
yeah, I think this is Rob talking, so that was the end of that video. But yeah, this bitch is fucking crazy. You don't do that. You don't do that as an abused victim. All the people I've seen in my fucking comments who have said that they have been survivors of domestic violence, that they have experienced situations, they have all said that this woman is not acting like somebody who has been abused. They have been through it. They have actually been through it. This is not a woman who should be sitting up there being a fucking advocate, speaking for people who have actually endured this shit. And you want to sit here and go to your abuser's fucking room and get in their bed? Really? No wonder nobody's showing up for your fucking ass. I would be so surprised if Elon fucking James show up for your fucking ass. I will be so fucking surprised because they know how crazy you are. They know how crazy you are. And your friends are only going to fucking probably show up because they're scared of you. Your sister's only going to fucking show up because they're scared of you. Because you abuse people. You put your hands on people. You yell at people. You cause fear to people losing their lives. Your own fucking sister was scared of you that she fled from that apartment and went to her chosen sister's place to get comfort from you. You have displayed the same fucking tactics and strategies from the fucking beginning. You start fights, you get fucking physical, and then you don't understand when nobody wants to be the fuck around you. And then you just show up. You're always looking to see where the fuck he's at and show up again. He would fucking leave from being at one apartment, go get a hotel room or go to somewhere else. And where was Amber, trying to figure out where the fuck he was so she could show the fuck back up where he was at so she could keep it going. That is not how somebody who has been abused repeatedly fucking acts. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm so happy that this shit is starting tomorrow. It has been postponed, like 2 times? Oh, no. You've had enough freedom. You've had enough fucking freedom. It's time, bitch. It's fucking time. You have managed to get away with this shit for too long. It is your time. You wanted to have all the attention on you. You wanted to have the shit in the media. You wanted to have the press on your side. You're going to get press, bitch. We're going to give you press. We're going to give you all the press in the world because I am so heated. I'm sorry, y'all. But after hearing that, the audacity of this woman, the literal audacity of Amber fucking Heard is like no other. Like no fucking other. I want y'all to let me know if you think this woman sounds like she's been abused showing up at this man's house. Not his house, his San Francisco hotel. Let me know if you feel like this sounds like a woman who has been abused repeatedly by Johnny Depp. I want a Johnny or Amber Heard fan to please come in the fucking comments. Please come in the goddamn comments and explain to me how this sounds like a woman who has been abused repeatedly by Johnny Depp. Are you listening? Do you have your ears like cleaned out? I need another fucking person on the other side to come here and explain to me your fucking viewpoint because it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. And this jury and this judge are going to pick up on that real fucking fast. Real fast. I'm done for the day. I need to get my rest for tomorrow so that we can start this out. I'm so excited. I'm so ready. I'm fucking revved up. Like, let's get this shit going. Let's do this. Let the truth be out there. Like Johnny said, the truth will be out and it will be what it will be, but the truth will be out. Let's do it. And that's just, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it right there. The truth is going to come out. We know what the truth is. Some other people need to catch up, but the truth is going to be out there in these coming weeks, and I can't fucking wait. And Amber Heard should be very scared and should be afraid of herself. And nobody cares about your little fucking post that you put up. Nobody cares. And before I get off, I feel like I need to look on their socials since it's like late here before, like they've got hours at this point before it starts. Like we've literal hours. You ain't even got days, Amber. Are you shaking in your boots? What are you doing right now, Amber? Practicing your stories, practicing your sad face. Like, what are you doing right now? So Amber has not said anything. How does this fucking post have 3,500 likes? Are people fucking losing their goddamn minds? Like, her little statement has 3,600 likes when I just refreshed it. People are losing it. People are whacked the fuck out. People are, like, to believe this woman. And I saw fucking Kathy Griffin is fucking cheering her on and shit. What? Kathy, I did not know you, like, come on, like, Kathy, like, I ain't have no issues with Kathy, but seeing her being supportive, being one of the only blue check marks that I saw, that's crazy. I didn't know that about Kathy Griffin. Maybe they have, I didn't know they were fucking friends. What the fuck is that about? If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. Like, what is Kathy Griffin doing with herself? Like, okay, so Amber and Johnny have not posted anything as of now at 8:30 on Sunday night Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, we're gonna roll into it, y'all. Get fucking ready. It's gonna be a circus. It's going to be wild. We're about to see the biggest, most dramatic, most fucked up performance of our lives by Miss Amber Heard. And the chips are gonna fall where they may. Think about liking, think about subscribing. This has been Channel Claire. I'm gonna see you guys in another video real soon. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Get ready for this week. It's gonna be a big one. And I'll see you guys a little bit later. Bye.